Out here on the 3 acres that is the entrance to our 23 acres, it's really dry, full sun, clay, rocky soil. So Bob planted these hazelnut bushes about 14 years ago. They provide lots of food for the wildlife too, turkey, birds, blue jays. I think the deer will even eat the hazelnuts. There for a long time I couldn't remember that they were called hazelnuts, so I told Bob his huckleberry plants were doing really well. Huckleberry. I only could remember that because of the Toby Keith song. And then up here on the right side of our driveway, we had planted this cottonwood. Long story about why it's so short, but around this cottonwood we have some fragrant sumac that has volunteered. Quite a batch of it coming up around the bottom of this tree. So over here on the further to the north, we planted some more hazelnut bushes, and boy have they really come up and started doing well. They do have a few smooth sumacs, that may be staghorn sumac, coming up in them too that needs to be cut out, just so it doesn't crowd the plants. We do like the smooth sumac. As you can see, it has flower heads on it that turn into berries that the wildlife enjoys in the fall. Anyway, more of the hazelnut crop. And then up here on this side of the driveway, still on the north side, we planted a row of black chokeberries years ago, and they didn't do too well for a long time, probably because Mr. Freeze kept forgetting about them and running over them with the brush hog. But the benefit of the black chokeberries are that they put on berries, and all the wildlife benefits from them in the fall also. I'm surprised they still have any. Most of the time the birds try to get them. But anyway, these are about 2.5 feet tall. It's taken them a long time because this probably wasn't the right and best place to plant them. One of the things we have learned is a harsh lesson about choosing your site carefully of where to plant this stuff, because it could take years to grow if it even grows, if it's not planted in the right soil. But anyway, they're growing this year. Fragrant black chokeberry. So along our row of black chokeberries, another volunteer has crept up here, and that is the fragrant sumac. I was kind of surprised to find this patch, but it is a volunteer. It's a happy volunteer, and we like fragrant sumac. And then the rest of the row of the black chokeberries. And I forgot to mention the volunteer redbud that has showed up. So we'll let that grow as well. More fragrant sumac volunteering here along the black chokeberry row. And I'm undecided if I'm going to let that grow because it will crowd out that black chokeberry. I may just let them fight it out and see which one wins and let it be. That will be the easiest solution. So we planted black chokeberries back here in our backyard at the same time we planted those in the field. And you can see a different, much different size compared to the ones in the hot, dry field. These are much happier here. They've grown a lot faster, and they've already started forming the thickets like they're known for. And there are, I think, 4 total here that we have. You can see how tall they are and how much they've spread out. They were just little twigs when we planted them 14 years ago. And there's our red buds that we planted in there. Anyway, you can see that the berries on these chokeberries are already turning black. Well, thought there were some left on here. Maybe the birds have already got them all.